I want to touch on a sensitive topic because I feel like nobody talk about this one thing and it affects all of us. All of us go through it. So I'm gonna be the one to say it, bro. Nobody talks about the war within. And I mean, certain people say things about the problems we go through, but I mean deeply diving into the war. Like it's not just a you versus you or we going through this, we going through that. It's literally a war, bro. We fight ourselves every day to resist temptation, to try to do the right things, to not do bad things. And it's like a constant repeated cycle. It's like something that never ends almost. And the truth is, bro, it don't end. It's gonna always be a point in life where we keep fighting ourselves because every time we get better, it's gonna be that part in our mind that say, "Oh, you can do better than that." You know what I'm saying? And if we just don't accept and embrace what we have and where we at in the moment, then it's just gonna keep happening, and it's gonna drain us, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I can just tell y'all something that happened to me yesterday, bro. I indulged into the corn sites yesterday. I did some sinful things, but in the midst of that, I realized that it's literally never gonna end. I'm gonna keep doing that same old thing if I don't embrace where I'm at now. I'd be at probably 5 days clean, and then I'd be like, bro, this ain't enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like my aura going down. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people look at me different when I do those things, but it's not even about them. It's simply about the fact of how I look at myself, because shame is the downfall of all men. We're going to all make mistakes, but it's about what you do after that mistake, you know? So if you don't accept what you did and move on, and you just so shameful and guilty of the actions that you committed, of course, like I said, you're gonna be in a repeated cycle. And that's simply not something that we trying to do, bro. And like I said, I felt that same way yesterday. But now I just feel all bright and confident, just for the simple fact that, yeah, I made a mistake. And I have made this similar mistake 1,000 times, bro. I have watched the sites 1,000 times. And, some people would say, well, you addicted. And, you're right. But it's in the sense of every time I make that mistake, bro, it's about what I learned, even if I do it over and over and over again, I still learn something every time. You know what I'm saying? I just learn deeper and deeper about myself. Because, bro, you got to realize, if most of us lucky, bro, we'll get to live to 80 and 90 years old. So, wherever age you at right now, you got to think about it. You have been living for these amount of years. See, I've been living for 16 years. So, 16 years is a decade. Already 10 years plus 6 years on top of that. So it's like I got a lot that I already have experienced. So think about it. In 10 more years, I'm going to be 26. And then I'm still young. So y'all get the concept. It's going to always be more and more to learn, bro. It's never a such thing as you can't learn no more, Even when you're 80 and, you know what I'm saying, in your older years, you can still learn. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a ending period of this thing that we go through, You simply have to love where you are now, bro. Because wherever you trying to go or wherever you end up at, you won't love that spot, bro. I know you might think you will, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to think the same thing. I used to say I want to be a millionaire. I just want to have money. I want to be financially stable. I want to have wealth. I used to say that all the time. And I used to be like, when I get there, bro, I'm not gonna feel bad. Like I'm not gonna be unhappy no more. I used to be like, I ain't gonna be unhappy. I'm gonna start talking to more people, you know, because one thing about me, bro, when I don't have my finances right, I don't want to talk to plenty of people, you know, because I feel like people look at you different. I feel like people say, oh, well, he ain't got no money, you know. I don't want to talk to him. That's how I used to look at stuff. But as I realized that even while I don't have no money, bro, I can be happy. You know, I can be joyful. And that's what you literally supposed to do when you down bad, when you broke, when you don't have much. You supposed to be joyful and happy in your position, you know what I'm saying? No matter what the circumstances are. Because if you're not happy now, what make you think you're gonna be happy when you get money? You know, you may be able to get certain things, you may be able to get out of a situation that's purely financial, you know. You may be able to move out where you stay at now, you may be able to get a better car, you may be able to buy more things. But if you don't have the internal side before you get that money, bro, everything is just gonna go all to hell again. And it's not gonna do you no good. And I learned that from firsthand experience, bro. Not saying that I hit $1 million yet, or not even 100,000, but I've hit a good amount of money as a teenager to know that money doesn't make you happy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's a debate going on about whether money buys happiness, but I know it doesn't buy my happiness, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna get into that. But y'all get the concept, bro. The war is everlasting. You know what I'm saying? If you don't make that change. And I'm just telling y'all simply because, bro, I can't stress it enough. I literally do not want nobody to go through this, bro. As we grow as young men, young women, whatever, we literally have to love it, bro. We have to enjoy the process. Cause yeah, we can be hungry, we can have that drive, but that drive don't last forever, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have discipline on top of it. Like you just gotta have so much internal stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? And most importantly, you gotta keep God first. You know, I always have been reminded that, and even in my situation now, I'm learning that more and more. You know, I'm just learning by the day, and I feel like we all should learn different things as we walk our path to our purpose. You know, to fulfill our purpose. But yeah, bro, make the change. You know, and love the spot that you in, because what you feeling right now, that pain, that war, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna stop if you get something, bro. It's not gonna stop if something happens to you. You can't keep trying to fill a void. You know, that's what I did yesterday. When I watched that site and I decided to type it on my computer or whatever, bro, it was because I was feeling some type of way. You know, I was feeling a certain pain, and so I decided to take it away with watching that site. But it didn't get me nowhere, you know, and I accepted that, and now I'm feeling great, you know. That's why I'm speaking highly energetic, and I just feel great, you know what I'm saying? That's just the serenity in that. And I know some people probably thought this was gonna be like a sad video or whatever, bro. But I mean, I just tell y'all how it is, you know, because this is what I go through on a daily basis. These are things that I'm learning, and I want y'all to know them too, you know what I'm saying, as we grow as people, young men and young women, as I said. Because, bro, a lot of older people can tell us this, you know what I'm saying? They can tell us, give us game, and I appreciate all my elders, all the older people, you know what I'm saying? Whether you 30, like, it don't matter, bro. I just appreciate all the older people who have come before me to drop so many gems. But I always say, bro, unless you currently in a situation, I don't think like they can really get you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've always heard things from people like, do this, or bro, it's gonna be okay, or whatever. But it's like, bro, even if you have been in my situation, you ain't in it right now, so you don't know how I feel. You know what I'm saying? You can say it, but you don't literally get where I'm at right now, because you're not in that position no more. So you ain't gonna remember how I feel, you know what I'm saying? Even if they say they do. But that's why I make these videos, to be relatable with y'all, to be transparent, because I know how I feel to go through certain things and not have nobody to be an advocate for that. You know, that's what I speak highly about, you know, being an advocate for young men who go through things, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a young man myself. And it is very cruel in this world and evil in 2025, you know, the Gen Z generation, you know? So, hey man, as I said, embrace it, love it, and just watch it, you know what I'm saying? Just watch everything you do, bro. Love, you know what I'm saying? You gotta watch it like a show, you know what I'm saying? Watch it like a YouTube video. That's how you gotta treat your life. Y'all heard it, treat your life like a game, you know what I'm saying? They got a book on that. It's called I don't know, bro. My brother got a book like called The Game of Life, something like that, I think. But yeah, man, do those things, bro, and I'm pretty sure your life will go great, you know. Even if you make a bad mistake, action, bro, you just be confident in that, you know. Be confident that you're going to make the next best decision, and you're not going to be shameful and guilty of yourself. Because as soon as you do that, you lost. You know what I'm saying? You lost the war. The other party, you won. And we ain't trying to do that, bro. We just trying to survive and, you know, be the happiest we can, you know. Because it's going to always be pain and sadness, but we want to enjoy those moments of happiness and joy. Feel me? But yeah, bro, if this is relatable to you, you know, in any kind of way, or helped you, you know, subscribe, man. Drop a comment down below. Please. I never see y'all drop no comments, bro. Drop some comments down below. You know what I'm saying? Like the video too, because I will be dropping consistently. You know what I'm saying? I'm throwing them at y'all. And if you new, man, welcome. You know what I'm saying? This is the Ben 10 Certified channel. You know what I'm saying? And also, welcome to Teen Hustler Club. And I go deep into that, you know, in other videos. You know, I'm going to start talking more about it. But I appreciate you watching, man. Peace.